Okay, so I'm just going to show you inside of the Vocabulary Academy so you can see exactly what you're going to be learning when you do this course, when you join this course. Okay, so here is the Vocabulary Academy, and as you see, this is the student portal. When you have logged in with your name and your password and your details after you purchase this course, this is what you're going to be looking at. You have a nice welcome video of me talking to you about the course and what to expect. And then you have the Vocabulary Academy lessons. So don't forget, this is a very detailed video course which explains and teaches you how to dramatically improve your vocabulary to an advanced level. In this course, you will learn so many different ways of expressing yourself, so many different advanced words, idioms, phrasal verbs, expressions, collocations. You will learn how to speak like a native speaker. So this course is perfect for anyone taking IELTS exams or first exams. You will really and seriously dramatically change and improve the way you speak English. You will really learn to use lots of advanced expressions which you can use in your everyday English. So this course is perfect for you. So let's now dive in, and I'm going to show you what each lesson is about. Don't forget, when you do join the Vocabulary Academy, you also have access to a private WhatsApp Vocabulary Academy speaking group where I will teach you, help you, correct you, and give you feedback. I'll help you as much as I can within the group, and if you have any questions, you can ask me inside that group. It's a learning group, especially just for those people on the Vocabulary Academy. So please feel free to join that group and ask me any questions about the course or about anything about English, and I'll be very happy to answer any of your questions inside that group whilst teaching you and helping you to practice your vocabulary. Also, you'll get access to a special Facebook group where you can ask me more questions, and I'll be able to go live and actually answer those questions for you live inside the group. And I'll be posting regular material based on vocabulary within the Facebook group as well. So you do have those two things to look forward to, as well as the main course, the Vocabulary Academy course. So looking forward to seeing you in the next part. And I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what to expect and what you will learn when you join the Vocabulary Academy. Don't forget, you'll have over 60 plus video lessons to really learn from and improve your vocabulary to an advanced level. This is a really fantastic, really useful and valuable course for you because you will really learn to express yourself better in a more advanced way and a more natural way, in a way like a native speaker would. So let me give you a brief overview. Don't forget, you have the WhatsApp group and the Facebook group where I help you and I teach you inside those groups as well. So here's a small video of me talking to you about what to expect from this course. I'm giving you a bit of a welcome video for you to watch as well. So here I'm going into detail. So lesson 1, I start off by talking about why learning vocabulary is important and what you should do to maximize your vocabulary. And I help you to understand why it's really important to expand, to start to understand and learn vocabulary at the full potential. So in this part, I'm teaching you why learning vocabulary is important and what to expect when you're learning vocabulary for the first time. So lesson 2 is all about how to learn vocabulary effectively. And in lesson 2, there are actually 9 different parts, 9 different video lessons of me teaching you how to really learn vocabulary effectively using my own methods, proven methods that actually work and help you to dramatically change and also learn vocabulary fast, easily and effectively. It's really important you follow each video lesson slowly so you get the most out of this lesson. Quite a long, lengthy lesson about how to really learn vocabulary effectively. So lesson 3 is all about how you can remember vocabulary effectively. In lesson 3, there's only one part. And in this lesson, I'm really teaching you the best possible methods about how you can use pictures and how you can visualize vocabulary, how you can remember vocabulary effectively. So I'm teaching you how you can, visualize vocabulary, also how you can use funny pictures to help you to remember vocabulary better and more easily as well. So also teaching you the benefits and how you can label vocabulary in your house as well to help you to learn words better. So lesson 3 is all about that. Then we move on to lesson 4, where I'm teaching you and letting you learn about the different apps available for learning English. So I teach you the best apps that you can use to help you to really accelerate your English learning. Apps that I use myself to teach students and apps that you can use to learn English well. So in lesson 5, you will learn the difference between many common confusing words in English. And in this lesson, there's only 3 parts. But yes, you will learn the difference between so many confusing words like everyday and everyday, sensible and sensitive, continuously, continually. The list goes on. You will learn so many common confusing words that are really important to understand and also know how to use them in English. So that's what I teach you in lesson 5. Then lesson 6 is all about idioms and why we use them, okay? So lesson 6 is my favorite lesson. I teach you exactly what idioms are, how to use them, and I even give you some examples of idioms that we use in conversation. So again, only 2 parts in lesson 6. Part 1, I'm teaching you what they are and how to use them, explaining what they are, also other examples of idioms and what they use for exactly, and I give you some examples of some idioms at the end. So really, lesson 6 is all about idioms and how to use them naturally and fluently in conversation. That's what lesson 6 is all about. Then in lesson 7, I'm teaching you how you can learn idioms effectively and the best possible way. So lesson 7 only has 2 parts, okay? So in this part, I'm really teaching you how you can use pictures to help you to remember idioms better and to make it more easier for you to understand idioms and to remember idioms better as well, like storm and a teacup. Now you're putting a picture of a storm and a picture of a teacup together to help you to remember idioms better. So you're using pictures to really visualize the idiom in your mind. And that's what I'm talking to you about in this lesson. So lesson 7 is all about how you can learn idioms effectively using a very powerful method. So lesson 8 is all about phrasal verbs, and in lesson 8 there are exactly 5 different parts relating to phrasal verbs, and in this lesson I will teach you the ins and outs of exactly how to use different types of phrasal verbs with lots of examples and how you can use them in conversation. You will become very confident and really fluent at using phrasal verbs. You will learn so many: give up, give in, put up, put down. The difference between so many of these confusing phrasal verbs. You will also learn what transitive phrasal verbs are and what intransitive phrasal verbs are, the difference between those two types. So yeah, this is a really detailed lesson about how you can improve your phrasal verbs and how you can use them in your everyday conversation. So lesson 9 is all about how you can most effectively remember phrasal verbs. The best ways and the most easiest ways that I teach you that will help you not to forget phrasal verbs. The most effective ways of how you can remember phrasal verbs. So that's what I'm teaching you in this lesson. Lesson 9 only has one part. So lesson 10 is all about collocations. I'm giving you an introduction to collocations. Now, collocations are words, phrases that actually go together. So I'm teaching you exactly what they are, how to use them, and different types of collocations, and really the best way of using them and understanding them. This will really transform the way you speak English. If you follow this step by step, you will become more confident and more fluent and natural when you start to use these collocations in your everyday conversation. This is a really interesting lesson, really pinpointing the facts and the details about how to use collocations effectively. In lesson 11, you are going to learn how to remember collocations effectively. In lesson 11, there's only one part, but I teach you my methods, the most easiest ways which you can remember collocations effectively and how you can use them in your speaking. So yeah, lesson 11 is all about how to effectively remember collocations in the best and most easiest way. So lesson 12 is all about why we learn collocations and the reasons you should learn them and also the importance of learning collocations, okay? Don't forget, collocations are what we use in everyday spoken English to really make our speaking more colourful and more interesting. It's a really good way to really improve your fluency by using advanced vocabulary and expressions to express what you mean. So that's why we use them, and that's why you learn collocations in general, and that's why in this lesson I really teach you how and why you learn collocations. So part 1 is all about why we learn collocations and the importance of learning collocations for our everyday conversation. So then we get to lesson 13, and in lesson 13 you will really learn loads of vocabulary and expressions about various topics. So lesson 13, the topic is about holidays, and in lesson 13 there were 4 parts. Basically, in each lesson from lesson 13 there's going to be 4 parts in each lesson, and part 1 is focusing on vocabulary and phrases about that topic. Then part 2 is teaching you about idioms relating to holidays, the topic. Then part 3, we're looking at phrasal verbs, and part 4 is about collocations with a lesson 13 review. So you do get a review at the end of each lesson, and from now you will learn all the topic related vocabulary under each topic, and lesson 13's topic is holidays. So yeah, this is what lesson 13 is all about, and I'm sure you will gain and learn a lot of very useful advanced vocabulary that you can use in your everyday speaking. So lesson 14's topic is all about free time, and in lesson 14 you have 4 different parts, just as you do from lesson 13 all the way up to lesson 20. Part 1 is just the vocabulary. Part 2 is just the idioms. And Part 3, phrasal verbs. And Part 4, collocations. These are what you are going to be learning in each lesson, in each part. So yeah, lesson 14 is just about free time and your spare time, how to describe that. So lesson 15 is all about feelings. That's the topic for this lesson. And in this lesson, again, you have 4 different parts with a review at the end, just learning about how to describe your feelings in English using vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations. So this is a really interesting lesson, and you will learn how to really express yourself like a native speaker using all the advanced vocabulary relating to this topic. So yeah, lesson 15 is all about feelings. So lesson 16, the topic is about the weather. And in this lesson, you have 4 different parts teaching you loads of different vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations relating to this topic. And you will really learn how to describe the weather using a range of advanced vocabulary. So lesson 17 is all about people and character, and in this lesson, again 4 parts, you will learn loads of different ways to really describe people, character, their personality, and how they behave using a range of advanced vocabulary and expressions about this topic. So lesson 18, the topic is about food, and in this lesson, again with 4 different parts, you're going to learn loads of expressions, idioms, vocabulary when talking about food, and you'll learn loads of different ways of describing different sorts of food, the flavour, the taste, using advanced expressions and vocabulary. So lesson 19 is all about relationships, and in this lesson you're going to learn lots of really useful advanced expressions and vocabulary when talking about love, getting on with people, friendships, relationships, and also how to manage people as well. So yeah, this lesson is all about relationships using a wide range of advanced vocabulary. So lesson 20 is actually all about money. So in this lesson with 4 different parts, you're going to learn loads of really useful vocabulary, expressions, idioms, phrasal verbs, and collocations about money, about being extremely rich, how to describe that, how to describe being really poor with not much money, different expressions about different kinds of situations when talking about money. So yeah, this lesson is all about money with lots of different expressions and vocabulary for you to use in your everyday English speaking. So after you have completed lesson 20, then you'll have a new section here called Daily Vocabulary Lessons. And in this section, you will dramatically improve further. So in this section, you have loads more topics about vocabulary and advanced expressions. The first video lesson is talking about common English idioms. Then after, I'm teaching you about daily vocabulary lessons about education, then about relationships, then how to use English conversational idioms, then idioms about the mind. Then you'll learn English expressions and phrases relating to the weather and rain. Then I'm teaching you more vocabulary about how to describe your feelings. Then I'm teaching you more advanced vocabulary about daily situations. And at the end, you'll learn loads of really useful and interesting British slang and expressions. So in this section, you'll learn a lot more advanced vocabulary, so that will help you to really improve the way you speak. And hopefully you'll learn how to express yourself like a native speaker by watching all these video lessons. So as well as having over 60 plus video lessons about how you can improve your vocabulary to an advanced level, you also have some of my really useful and interesting ebooks. These ebooks range from British slang, advanced idioms, expressions, vocabulary, idioms, and there's one ebook about, common English mistakes. So here are all of the ebooks which you can download afterwards, and you can even print them off if you want to for convenience. So here are all the ebooks for you to also learn from and improve your vocabulary from as well. So I hope you really enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you got to have a bit of an insight about what this course is about and what you're going to be learning. So I really hope you found it really useful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you inside the course.